downtown Miami, Florida. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. I know you're relaxed. It's now time to work.
305, my city, my city. This is one of my favorite stops on the road, Ed, and I'm sure the same applies to the visiting players.
No more time on the beach. It's time to hoop it up here in South Florida. Waiters to Butler. Jay, sometimes it's not just the heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
The assist from number 22, Jimmy Butler.
George, he engulfed him that time. Butler into the front court. Leads a bucket. To Dragic. Butler cleaning the offensive glass. Dragic. Deep two there, won't go. George, defended by Myers Leonard. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Leonard. Well, their first three, and they're right back in it, within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those that dropped earlier, they could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
To Dragic. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. So important to take care of the basketball. Easy two on the other end after the turnover.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
George, Paul George. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
No good. And a putback slam.
There you go, big fella.
Beverly into the front court. 2-point advantage. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Butler to bring it up. He'll run the offense. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
To Beverly. Wide open look, won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Ah, the monster stuff.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Leonard. He made his first effort, but not that time. Butler into the front court. The score 10-8. And they call it.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
First foul in the last 2 minutes. Into the game for Los Angeles, number 23, Louis Williams.
To the basket is Butler, but he can't finish. Leonard. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
That's a mismatch. That's a mismatch.
Jimmy Butler. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Paul George trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Leonard. Finish that.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Watch that back door.
Leonard. That won't go. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
The assist from number 22, Jimmy Butler.
Jay, I don't know if you call that the shooter's touch, but they will take it.
Well, essentially, the touch did help the ball go in, Ed. I don't know. I might have to agree to disagree on that.
First quarter is complete. The Clippers are out in front. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
George. Message received. Well defended.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Dragic. Lets it fly from long range, and the rebound taken by the Clippers. To Leonard. They get it to George, down low. Strong finish for Paul George.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Dragic. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Slams it home on the putback. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Drive here, but the shot stays out.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Dragic into the front court, trailing by 11. That's no good. Leonard. Now that's a contest. Oh, emphatic slam.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something, get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Leonard. Shot off the mark. Good defense. To Butler. Jimmy Butler. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
And counted at the rim.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Dragic to Butler. Fires the three, and Jimmy Butler adds 3.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Beverly into the front court. Up 6. Swings it to Leonard. Fires the 3. He continues to light it up from downtown. 5 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and what's shocking, Ed, is that he's gotten so many open looks. Look, stay down in the stance, stay disciplined, stop losing him, stay attached to his hip, and force him to put the ball on the ground off those curls and finish over your bigs.
To Butler. Oh, had him going there for a second. Shot clock winding down to Dragic. From long range. And George able to gobble up the rebound. Hat-trick Beverly. 2 of 4 now.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Butler to bring it up. Down 11. Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
George. Beyond the arc for 3. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Defense making the ball handler work. Knocked loose. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly. Yes.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip, and when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
Jumper's good.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Now here's your chance to make them pay for making you the target of hacking. Well, actually, your free throw shooting made you a target, but you can still fix that.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Misses the second as well. Short jumper misses. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. That's it for the first half. The Clippers have the lead. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Waiters to Butler. Gets to the basket and scores.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
To Beverly. For 3, Patrick Beverly. He thrives in situations like these.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Knocked loose. Oh, emphatic slam.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
He'd have the basketball. Count the basket at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Beverly into the front court. It's an 11-point game. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
To Butler. 4-3. And Jimmy Butler all in stride. Catch and shoot 3 is good.
Oh, I like what you're doing right now. It looks like you're running some DHOs into PNRs. That's dribble handoffs into pick and rolls. You keep running that action, you're constantly going to keep the defense guessing.
To Beverly. Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
Butler matched up with Paul George. To Dragic. Going to launch beyond the arc. Dragic wide open, knocks it down.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Timeout called here by the Clippers. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Easy pad to the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
And a whistle.
A simple touch foul.
Time for some new personnel into the game.
For the Los Angeles Clippers, number 5, Montrezl Harrell.
Dragic with the basketball. The margin standing now at 7. Gets it in the right corner. Butler to Dragic. Turns and slams it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Now ready to shoot at the line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2. Dragic with it. They trail by 7. To Butler. Montrezl Harrell with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Dion Waiters powers it through.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. It's LA Clippers ball. Paul George to Beverly. George knocks it down.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Dragic to Waiters. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Good shot.
Butler into the front court. His guys trail by 10. Defense making the ball carrier work. To Waiters. Almost, but no good.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Montrezl Harrell tips it just inside the arc at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter, and a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. They're looking up at a big margin, and that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
2 for 2 on that trip. George to Beverly. Has a look. Hat-trick Beverly. With that shot, he's 5 for 8. It's the Heat with the possession. Dragic to Butler. And count the basket.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Here's Leonard for 2. He shoots, off the mark. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Paul George to Leonard. Justice Winslow sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
George lets it fly, unbothered by the defense as he drills it. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
George. Missed it. To Dragic. Swings it. Defense making the ball handler work. Knocked loose. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Beverly into the front court. The lead is 15. Here's a chance from long range. Had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark. Butler to bring it up. He'll run the offense and finishes strong.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Oh, he had it. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Fights through traffic to slam it down.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
To Harkless. Nothing going here on that drive. To Harkless. Miami with the basketball. And throws it down.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
This guy's tough. Patrick Beverly, hand in his face, still drills it.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
New personnel on the floor for Doc Rivers.
Number 2, Los Angeles Clippers are in the penalty. Substitutions, LA.
To Dragic. To Butler. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. Leonard. Great hustle. That's what you like to see. Dragic into the front court. The deficit now up to 12. Off the assist.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Leonard. That right there, Jay, his 8th 3 of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
Dragic. And the rebound taken in by George.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
Leonard. Deep left corner. To Leonard. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. The hot night continues. He's at 9 threes here tonight.
Uh-oh, someone's getting towards that single-game record territory. He's having that kind of night.
It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.